The Polaris Sportsman XP 1000 is most certainly an impressive 4x4 ATV. Although we discovered during our 2020 1000cc 4x4 ATV Shootout between the Polaris Sportsman XP 1000 and Can-Am Outlander 1000 RXTP that the Can-Am edges out the Polaris in most aspects of pure performance. Where the Polaris really excels is in the area of comfort. With its narrow midsection, plush seat, upright seating position, lighter power steering, and plusher suspension, paying bigger dividends the longer the ride day. Still, we can't help but believe that if you own a 1000, you want the ultimate in performance. Fortunately, there are a number of race-bred upgrades that significantly enhance the performance of the Sportsman 1000 or 850 that can help you put some distance between yourself and the Can-Ams out on the trail. Since the release of our highly viewed 2017 Sportsman XP 1000 test, the machine's base price has jumped $3,500 from $11,999 to $15,499. We know from numerous comments boasting of year-end closeout purchases in the $10,000 range several years ago that lots of people purchase Sportsman 1000s for far less than they'll pay today. If you're one of those buyers and are thinking of swapping out to a new machine, chances are you're going to come out of pocket between $5,000 and $7,000 for a new version of an ATV that hasn't changed much since 2017. If we owned a good running Sportsman 1000 and wanted to spend some money, we'd simply upgrade the machine we already own, yielding a Sportsman XP 1000 with greatly improved performance, handling, durability, and style. For this build, we got our hands on a well-used but good-running 2018 Sportsman XP 1000 belonging to Chad Westcott, who purchased it based on our 2017 review. Originally purchased with one of those wonderful year-end rebates, it made this ATV a steal at the time, and a great candidate to hold on to for a major upgrade build.
Hi, my name is Josh Lang from Mud Motorsports here in Martinsville, Indiana. We're a Kawasaki, Beta, and DRR dealer. We deal with just about all the other franchises also. With parts, we do online sales, mudmotorsports.com. We do a lot of aftermarket parts just across the board. We've been racing cross country and other forms for well over 20 years now. So started racing a 250R back in the day, moved to a 400EX, then to the Honda 450s, and then actually the last one was a 1000 Renegade that we've raced cross country on. So we've worked with the guys all the way from first year racers all the way up to the professional lines. Based on our cross country racing experience, the guys over at ATV On Demand got with us, wanted to see what we could do about closing the performance gap on this Sportsman over to the Outlander. With this build, we contacted a lot of the companies that we've been working with for about 15 or more years just to see what they had to offer, and we actually contacted a few new ones just to see what we could come up with to close that performance gap.
At around 1,000 miles of use, the chassis started developing play, so prior to starting this project, the bushings were replaced throughout by aftermarket bushings featuring a lifetime guarantee.
So with this build, first thing we wanted to do is strengthen up the chassis, offer a little extra durability. The guys at Cecco Motorsports offer some weld-in gusset kits that your average consumer is not going to want to do by tearing the entire chassis down, welding them in, having it repowder coated. It's just more than what the average guy wants to do. But they do offer some extra bolt-in kits that help strengthen without doing all that extra work.
Cecco Motorsports builds their products in the US and is owned by former factory Polaris and Can-Am GNCC racer Rick Cecco. Their bolt-on frame braces are a small, very worthwhile investment to add strength to your Sportsman's chassis and other key components. The front frame braces add support to the lower front A-arms front and rear, reducing stress on the frame. Cecco Racing also makes braces for the upper A-arm mounts, a good idea for all Sportsman owners and especially those running larger tires. To reduce frame stress out back, the rear frame braces add support to the front of the lower rear A-arms. The braces are constructed of 3/16" thick laser-cut steel, with the necessary zinc-plated mounting hardware included. Cecco Racing's frame braces will fit most 2009 and newer Sportsman 550, 850, and 1000 models. Cecco Racing's substantial rear differential brace is constructed of 90 thousandths thick steel tubing and 1/8" thick steel plating. It ties the back of the upper and lower frame rails together. reducing Polaris' use of the rear differential as a stressed member of the chassis, which can lead to the rear differential cracking. It fits most 2010 and newer Polaris Sportsman XP, SP, and Highlifter models.
We got the Cecco Racing rear differential brace here. With this series HMF pipe, you're not able to install this. There's a bracket in the way. If this was our bike, we wouldn't recommend riding too hard or racing without this. This is a pretty important piece to beefing up the frame and take some stress off your differential.
Another must-have item from Cecco Racing is their front pinion cover. Designed to be stronger than stock, it can potentially save you thousands of dollars on replacing your front differential if the stock pinion cover fails, which is known to happen with prolonged aggressive riding. It features machined bearing and seal shoulders, offering a true bore for precise bearing and seal alignment. Zinc-coated hardware is included, and it fits most Scrambler and Sportsman 850 and 1000 models. We consider adding Cecco Racing's bolt-on components to strengthen the Sportsman's chassis and drive system essential, and the starting point prior to adding any performance modifications.
When this Sportsman came to us, it was already protected with a full chassis skid plate from Ricochet.
Ricochet off-road skid plates are made in the US, of 3/16" thick H32 aluminum, available with or without a 1/4" UHMW second layer for added slickness when sliding over rocks.
For added protection and appearance, we added an HMF heavy-duty front bumper.
HMF's heavy-duty front bumper adds a much higher level of style and protection to the front of the Sportsman 1000 and 850. It's far stronger and more rigid than the factory-installed brush guards that come on some higher-end Sportsman trim packages. Weighing around 24 pounds, it's constructed in the US of 95 thousandths thick steel tubing, available in black or red. It includes a black 1/8" thick aluminum skid plate, available with or without a winch fair lead.
Teixeira Tech is big in 4x4 racing. A few years back, Teixeira Tech worked with factory Polaris to make an amazing set of A-arms to help with strength, handling, and ground clearance. So we decided to add them to this machine.
On their Scrambler XP 1000 project back in 2017, Teixeira Tech's extreme ground clearance A-arms proved to improve strength, high-speed stability, and steering feel. Their reverse gullwing style design also improves ground clearance on models not featuring arched lower A-arms. Teixeira Tech's parts developed for the original Scrambler XP 1000 and 850 work perfectly with the Sportsman XP 1000 and 850. Built to be both strong and light, they're constructed in the United States of large diameter TIG-welded US-sourced 4130 chrome moly. The shock mounts on the upper A-arms have been beefed up compared to stock. Impressive-looking cross bracing and gussets are used on the lower A-arms. Teixeira Tech's welds are some of the cleanest and most consistent we've seen. Teixeira Tech's A-arms are designed to reduce Polaris' overly sensitive steering at high speeds while improving straight line stability by increasing caster. This is accomplished by moving the lower A-arms forward and the upper A-arms rearward compared to stock. It is less expensive to order the lower A-arms by themselves for improved ground clearance and some increase in caster. If you want to maximize the caster change and handling benefits, strength, and overall feeling of the front end, you'll want to go with a full set like we did. A-arm length and shock mounting points have not changed, so you can utilize your stock shocks without issue. Teixeira Tech uses long-lasting Delrin bushings. Grease fittings come standard for easy maintenance. You can utilize your stock ball joints, although we ordered ours with Teixeira Tech's optional set of longer-lasting Italian-made ball joints from Frapp. They come standard in black with a number of powder coat color options available.
Next, we installed the Teixeira Tech anti-vibe steering stem with the adjustable handlebar clamp.
Teixeira Tech's anti-vibe steering stem improves strength and ergonomics. It's constructed in the US of TIG-welded 1 1/4" 4130 chromoly, featuring redesigned chromoly splines with over 50% more surface engagement to reduce wear and play at the power steering unit. They're available in +2 or +3" configurations for use with shorter height handlebars. A black powder coat finish comes standard with other color options available. Teixeira Tech's handlebar clamps come complete with the anti-vibe mounting kit needed to work with their stem. Constructed of billet aluminum, the bar clamps are designed to work with 1 1/8" handlebars and offer 4 positions of adjustment, allowing the bars to be mounted more forward or rearward.
We wanted to make sure this machine had race-worthy shocks on it, so that we went with the Elka Stage 4s.
While the Sportsman stock shocks are plush, their ability to hold up to big hits and resist rolling in corners is not on par with the engine's performance. We found the performance of Elka Suspension Stage 5 shocks to be impressive on Teixeira Scrambler XP 1000 project, and the Scrambler 1000 featured far better stock shocks than what comes spec'd on the Sportsman 1000 and 850. Custom built for each rider, machine, and setup, Elka Stage 4 shocks are part of their latest generation of design and technology, developed when air shocks were the latest craze in the sport quad world. These shocks were designed with weight savings in mind. Most components, including their aluminum bodies, nitrogen reservoirs, machined billet aluminum components, and even the springs, with their larger diameter and reduced number of turns, were designed to reduce weight while improving durability over Elka's first generation shocks. Higher flow internals were used to improve ride quality. Stage 4 shocks have the same features as Elka's top-of-the-line Stage 5 shocks, minus high-speed compression damping, leaving 25 clicks of low-speed compression damping, 30 clicks of rebound damping, and spring preload adjustments. They're notably less expensive than Elka's Stage 5 shocks, and they make tuning a little more straightforward for the average rider, while still offering a lot of adjustability. Elka says they use an internal high-speed blow-off circuit to help deliver race-level performance, without the added complexity of an additional adjuster for high-speed compression. A dual-rate spring setup is utilized at both ends for more progression throughout the stroke. Suspension travel numbers remain the same as stock, with 9 inches up front and 10 1/4 out back.
In the ATV On-Demand 1000 Shootout, the ITP Terracross was a huge factor in why the Outlander won, which is why we decided to mount it on this machine.
The ITP Terracross RT was designed as an all-condition tire. They feature 6-ply radial construction for a smoother ride than a bias ply design. Their interlocking center tread pattern is said to help maximize traction and flotation, with wraparound shoulder lugs offering increased sidewall protection and traction in ruts. A square tire setup with 26x9 by 14-inch tires were used at all 4 corners to improve handling. Weighing a relatively light 24.6 pounds each, the ITP Terracross RTs don't take a major toll on engine and suspension performance like mini tires can. Unlike many power sports tires these days, they're made in the USA.
On this build, we wanted to go with one of the lightest, strongest wheels we could find, so we went with the Keizer Beadlocks.
One of the trickiest upgrades on this Sportsman. Keizer Voodoo Beadlock wheels are manufactured in the US, derived of 6061 T6 forged billet aluminum. By using only high-quality US-grade materials in their manufacturing process, Keizer claims to be the champion of the scales, outdoing all others in their strength-to-weight ratio. Keizer wheels have less impact on the wheel's offset and width, maintaining lighter, more precise steering and less bump feedback felt through the handlebars. The Voodoo wheels are available in different sizes, configurations, and bolt patterns. The 3-piece billet wheels feature machined centers for a striking look. The Voodoo Beadlock wheels were finished off with Keizer's accessory aluminum mud caps, featuring machined-in logos for a classy finishing touch. Lightweight, strong, beautiful, and proven. You can't ask for much more from a wheel. Only down 1 horsepower compared to the Can-Am Outlander 1000R. Polaris parallel twin-cylinder engine is smoother throughout the RPM range, without the in-your-face hit off the bottom possessed by the Can-Am's V-twin Rotax. We wanted this Sportsman to have a bit more of the Can-Am's in-your-face low-end snap, with an improvement in horsepower throughout.
We wanted this thing to pull harder across the entire RPM range and run cooler, so we installed an HMF Titan QS exhaust system with an HMF fuel optimizer.
Proven to pull harder across the RPM range in previous testing, HMF's Titan exhausts are constructed in the US of corrosion-resistant stainless steel throughout for long-lasting good looks. Compared to stock, the HMF Titan QS exhaust helps keep sound output within 1 decibel at idle and 5 decibels at half throttle. A spark arrestor comes standard, available in a full system only. HMF is claiming gains of up to 2 horsepower and 2 foot-pounds of torque over stock, which should give it a horsepower edge over the Outlander. In previous testing, we thought its gains felt more substantial. HMF's Fuel Optimizer is a piggyback fuel injection controller that comes pre-programmed with a base map for HMF's exhausts. An onboard push-button interface allows for easy tuning with no computer needed. A must-have with an aftermarket exhaust, it's a welcomed add-on to lower operating temperatures and improve performance.
I wanted more off-idle snap like the Can-Am has, so with that we installed the Dalton Industries adjustable clutch kit.
Dalton Industries adjustable clutch kit for the Sportsman and Scrambler 1000 is designed to improve belt grip for better performance and belt life. The kit includes new springs for both clutches, Dalton's quick adjust clutch weights, and complete detailed instructions offering setups for different size tires and applications. Mudd Motorsports installed Dalton Industries adjustable clutch kit, setting it up for more abrupt off-idle engagement at a higher RPM. After the flyweights are installed, additional mass can be added or subtracted for easy tuning.
Fasst Company Flexx bars are one of the most common upgrades you'll find at a cross-country race. Help with fatigue, rider control, and that's why we went with them on this build.
Fasst Company Flexx handlebars work as added suspension, separating your upper body from impacts that get past your ATV shocks. Their hinge design uses separate elastomers to absorb bumps and prevent a topping out sensation. They come with different elastomers, allowing you to set them up with a softer or firmer feel. The hinges feature a bushing in the pivot, reducing metal-to-metal contact for reduced vibration. With manufacturing in the United States, Fasst Company is big on customer service before and after the sale. They paired up their standard height 15-degree sweep bars with our plus 2-inch Teixeira Tech stem. Installed on this machine prior to starting this project, ODI Rogue ATV grips feature a lock-on design to prevent slipping. They feature a larger diameter with extra large raised pads to help reduce shock and vibration transfer to your hands. ODI's Rogue lock-on grips are available with different billet accent colors to match the look of your ATV.
With the plastic foot pegs being a common complaint, especially in muddy conditions, we added a set of the Rox Speed FX foot pegs.
Rox Speed FX foot pegs are manufactured in the United States. Constructed of aluminum, the pegs are 8 inches long by 3 inches wide, notably wider than stock. A kick-up on the ends provides added control. The teeth are notably taller and more widely spaced than stock for added grip in slippery conditions. They bolt right up to the stock floorboards in front of the stock plastic pegs. Spyder Graphix owner Austin Parks has raced a Polaris Scrambler and cross country for years. He knows how to create a graphics kit that looks great and fits the Polaris Sportsman 1000 and 850 precisely. Spyder Graphix kit did great at taking years off the look of our Sportsman. The vinyl did well at conforming to corners and angles, making it easy to install with great results. We like their layout of the company's logos involved with this build, making sure they were tastefully displayed. Just prior to filming, a last-minute wipe down with Maxima Biowash works well at cleaning up ground and dirt and stains on rough plastic that got past the power washer. For the scuffed up and faded areas of our machine that weren't made new, we gave our Sportsman a wipe down with Maxima SC1 spray to restore its factory color and shine, while giving our garage that awesome new bike in a can scent. The entire machine was coated to help prevent mud buildup and speed cleanup. To test our Project Sportsman, we returned with cross-country racer Evan Hartzell to the cross-country race course at East Fork MX located in New Vienna, Ohio, the site of our 1000cc 4x4 ATV Shootout. Hitting the gas on our Sportsman, things are a bit different. HMF's increase in power seems focused on the mid-range and up. Polaris Parallel Twin simply lacks the low-end snap of a Can-Am V-Twin, offering very manageable low-end power for a 1000. Tuned for maximum thrust on takeoff, Dalton Industries adjustable clutch adds some real snap to the Sportsman's off-idle power delivery, helping it get off the line more quickly. This tune was good for aggressive riding or cross-country racing, but the abrupt engagement makes the machine a handful in the confines of a garage or other tight space. Being adjustable, the clutch could easily be retuned for a better balance of easy rideability with some increase in off-idle snap compared to stock. The combination of the HMF Titan QS exhaust, fuel optimizer, and Dalton adjustable clutch kit resulted in a Sportsman 1000 that gets off the line quicker, pulls harder in the mid-range and up, and feels a little snappier throughout the RPM range, both in throttle response and in clutching. It's still the same smooth parallel twin with excessive power, but now with a racier feel. The combination of the Teixeira XGC A-arms, Elka Stage 4 shocks, ITP Terracross tires, and Keizer Beadlock wheels had by far the most profound impact in transforming our ability to ride hard on the Sportsman, leaving us extremely grateful for all of the Cecco Racing chassis and driveline reinforcements. We set the preload on the Elka Stage 4 shocks to provide 8.5 inches of ground clearance at both ends with the rider on board, as prescribed by Cecco Racing. Compared to a stock Sportsman 1000, the first thing we noticed when hitting the trail was a dramatic reduction in body roll. While the stock Sportsman is prone to front and rear end dive under braking and acceleration, with notably more body roll in corners compared to a Can-Am, our Elka suspension-equipped Sportsman remains far more level and planted when changing direction. It's not just better than stock, it feels more planted and composed than the Outlander 1000 XTP ever did. The flatter handling under acceleration and braking improves steering when you're hard on the gas, and allows both ends to track better through acceleration and braking bumps. The flat cornering manners really allow you to attack turns with much greater confidence and improved corner exit speed. Bump compliance was equally impressive. The combination of the Elka Stage 4 shocks and ITP Terracross radial tires resulted in a ride that seemed nearly stock machine plush over small bumps, which is saying a lot for a 4x4 ATV delivering a race-ready ride. Suspension performance on big hits was dramatically improved. Abrupt, square-edged hits and G-outs that would have definitely bottomed the stock shocks were soaked up with ease by the Elkas, although bottoming was not an issue. We went ahead and went in a couple more clicks from the halfway point on the compression damping all the way around for a slightly firmer ride, and that was it. We found the single compression and rebound circuits on the Elka Stage 4 shocks to offer plenty of adjustment, along with excellent performance. We definitely recommend the Elka Stage 4 shocks for the Sportsman 1000 for performance-focused recreational riders and most racers alike. The Elka Stage 4 shock upgrade definitely had us riding faster than we could on a stock Sportsman. This made the benefits of the Teixeira Extreme Ground Clearance A-arms stand out even more. Aside from not plowing the lower A-arms into the dirt in deep ruts thanks to their added ground clearance, there was a notable reduction in the front end's nervous feeling at speed, thanks to the A-arm's additional caster. The additional caster had two benefits. It firmed up the steering very slightly, and reduces how quickly the front end reacts to handlebar input, which is more noticeable at speed. In spite of the improvements in steering and stability at high speeds, in the tight sections that made up a majority of our course, the caster increase didn't seem to compromise the agility of the machine. With construction and strength that far exceed OEM standards, the full set of Teixeira A-arms add a more solid and precise feeling to the front end that racer types will certainly appreciate. The improvement in handling and ground clearance will benefit any Sportsman or Scrambler 1000 or 850 owner, in the woods or in the desert. Teixeira XGC A-arms make a big difference in strength, ground clearance, and handling. It's no wonder they're the most popular A-arm in the 4x4 classes in the GNCCs. Tires are the single most cost-effective way to improve the handling and ride of your ATV, and the ITP Terracross tires certainly demonstrated it on this build. Their front directional control is far and away better than any OEM tire Polaris has used in years on the Sportsman 1000. The square tire setup further adds to the Terracross's inherent ability to steer accurately up front, while providing more predictability between driving and sliding out of turns with the back end, improving handling control. As an all-around trail tire for an ATV, you can't ask for much more. They provide great traction in everything from dry hardpack to loam and even wet fall trails. They're predictable on side hills, yet slide on demand. Their radial construction helps take the edge off small bumps that might get past the shocks. With a non-directional tire and our square setup, the tires can be rotated often to prolong tread life. Whether you're a casual trail rider or a serious 4x4 racer, ITP's Terracross RT Tires could be your #1 performance upgrade. Keizer's Voodoo Beadlock wheels helped maximize the performance of our heavy and powerful Sportsman. Their beadlock design allowed us to run lower pressures with confidence that we wouldn't be able to unseat a tire. If we'd gotten a flat tire, their beadlock design would have also made getting back to the truck easily possible. Aside from the added security of running a beadlock, Keizer's lightweight design further adds to the machine's excellent acceleration, handling, and suspension action, something that's missing from heavier, less expensive import wheels. If you're in the market for some of the lightest, best performing beadlock wheels money can buy, look no further. The addition of the shorter, straighter Fasst Company Flexx handlebars, taller Teixeira Tech stem, adjustable position Teixeira Tech bar clamp, and Rock Speed FX foot pegs puts you in a much more effective attack position with better weight distribution on the machine. Complementing their vast improvement in ergonomics, we ran our Flexx handlebars with our softer yellow elastomers on the compression stroke and the next hardest red elastomer on the rebound stroke. This setup did well at taking up what little bump feedback made it past the Elka shocks. The larger diameter ODI Rogue grips allowed for a nice relaxed grip with no irritating pressure points. We really appreciated the increased grip of the Rock Speed FX foot pegs. While we didn't dunk this beauty in mud, the foot pegs would certainly be of even bigger benefit when mud or snow start piling up. With plenty of room in the floorboard area, being mounted in front of the stock foot pegs presented no issues. In fact, they position the rider's weight a bit more forward on the machine, helping weight the front end, improving cornering grip, a benefit we weren't expecting. Our Sportsman XP 1000 project is a bit of a dream build, with around $10,500 worth of upgrades. Although, this project can be done in stages, or you can simply pick the parts that will offer the most benefit for your riding based on your budget. An incredible machine to ride and behold. Everything, from its appearance to its performance, capitalize on what the Polaris Sportsman XP platform has to offer. Polaris should certainly consider building a sportier Sportsman similar to this. Thanks to Mud Motorsports and all of the companies involved in this project, this Sportsman is ready to race, or set a blisteringly fast pace on trail rides. Best of all, it's far more fun to ride than stock.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed watching the video. Hope you have as much fun watching as we did putting it together. We hope that it gives you some ideas for your Sportsman or your Scrambler. If you'd like to order any of these parts that you see on this build, or need help on your next project, feel free to check us out on the web at mudmotorsports.com or give us a call at 765-349-8938.
If you have questions regarding the products used in this project, or what upgrades will best improve your Sportsman XP 1000 or 850's performance, we look forward to seeing them in the comments. Subscribe to ATV On Demand and enable all notifications for more content like this. Thanks for watching.